Hey everyone, welcome back to the Weekly Astrology and Pick a Card reading. This is for the 11th of October through to the 17th of October 2021. So the main news this week is the planet Saturn goes direct. So from our perspective on Earth, it moves forward, and this is in Aquarius. So what does this mean? It basically means that you're going to start to feel this energy of momentum forward and movement forward in your life, and in regards to significant things, because Saturn does rule the fundamental structures of our life, and it's in the sign of Aquarius, which is about the future and future ideas, concepts for your life, what you want to do moving forward. And you may feel this week this sense that you're not blocked as you felt in the last few weeks, or you're not as blocked as you were before. It doesn't mean that everything just suddenly becomes more of a direction, opening up like in a sort of across the board kind of way. It can be that you just sense this feeling of energy going towards your goals, going towards your career, or even a new direction opening up. So Saturn does rule things like our career, our work, decisions that are quite significant to our lives, anything related to work, partnerships, marriage, career decisions, career directions, huge things like decisions around changing location or moving home, or making some significant choices. These would be big decisions. So Saturn's also practical matters, and so we may feel that we feel more connected to the practical matters of our life, more focused on things like work and career as well. And as Saturn is going forward now, we'll start to feel a bit more of a sense that we have a bit of more ambition, or a bit more of a sense of wanting to push forward. Okay, and with Jupiter's going direct soon, it actually happens next week though. So I thought it was this week. I thought it was on Sunday, but it's technically next Monday, the 18th. So I will talk about that next week, but it's good news to know that Jupiter will be going direct next week as well. So with the Saturn direct, just to mention, this is most impactful for, I mean, obviously it affects everyone in the collective, but it's most impactful for those that are Capricorns, because Saturn rules Capricorn. Also for Aquarians, because it's in the sign of Aquarius at the moment. And so those two signs, if you have those prominent in your chart, or if you have some, like say you have Saturn in the first house, even in a different sign to Capricorn or Aquarius, you will still feel this quite strongly as, okay, it's time to move forward, it's time to make decisions. And again, you're not going to just feel it instantly this week, but you may feel the energy of that around you, like I've got to start to get serious, I've got to start to get focused on the things that are really important now. Okay, the other thing is on Wednesday we have a nice angle from Venus in Sagittarius to Saturn in Aquarius, so we may feel a bit of this feeling like when it comes to our connections with others, like relationships or even workplace relationship dynamics, Wednesday is a good day this week if you wanted to have like a conversation with someone, whether it was like a work colleague, a supervisor, or a boss, or get some clarity on direction with regards to where you're going with regards to work relationships, or even your relationship in general. If you wanted to have a conversation with someone, that the energy is quite harmonious for that on Wednesday, and especially if you have anything around 6 degrees of Sagittarius or Aquarius, that'll be very good for you in particular. But it's also helpful for Aries people, and around 6, if you've got anything around 6 degrees, and it can be also helpful for Leos, anything around 6 degrees of Leo in your chart. And the other thing on Sunday is we do have a bit of tension building up on the weekend. From Saturday, Sunday, Sun in Libra at 23 degrees square with Pluto in Capricorn at 24 degrees. So this can be felt as some tension in the world in regards to harmony and peace and the individual, and also relating with others, and that sort of clashing energy with Pluto. So it can be a bit of a harsh energy on the weekend, especially on Sunday. So, you know, if you have anything around 23 degrees in particular of a cardinal sign, those cardinal signs are Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra, you might want to really check in with your intuition when interacting with other people, because there is this tension that you will feel, or if you're sensitive, you'll feel it in the air on Sunday. Can be building up a bit on Saturday night as well, or on Saturday. Also on Sunday, however, we do have Venus in Sagittarius trine with Chiron. So this can facilitate some kind of healing or awareness of healing in the collective, but also individually for anyone that has anything around 10 degrees of a fire sign. So 10 degrees of Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. There's a healing energy on Sunday. It can sometimes trigger or have a feeling of triggering issues, like things from the past coming up to be healed. But it is a healing opportunity. So it's not just a sort of going over something painful for no reason. It can bring a deeper wisdom or understanding of things that have happened to you in the past so that you can heal. Those are the main things this week, okay? And really next week, we're building up to a full moon next week in the sign of Aries, which is going to be a bit of a cracker full moon. It's going to be intense, guys, because that full moon does square with Pluto. And it makes some other difficult angles, and I'll talk about it next week. Mercury goes direct next week as well, and as I said, Jupiter also goes direct. So next week there's big energy, and I think leading up to this full moon in Aries next week, there's going to be more truths coming out. With Aries energy, especially a full moon in Aries, this is not an energy that can be held back, to say the least. It's an energy that involves confronting things, and Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war, which is an aggressive energy just in general. With Aries energy, it's very can be very in your face. It can be very confrontational, can be very direct. It's not a sort of energy like Cancer or Pisces that sort of tends to hide or be shying away from things. Aries is full, just front on and just like dealing with things directly and confronting things. So I feel like this energy, because this is a full moon in Aries next week, and I'll talk about it more obviously then, but it can be pretty intense. It's very fiery energy. And anyway, I'll talk about it next week, but those are the energies for this week. The main thing being Saturn direct on Monday today. It's Monday here in Australia, and Wednesday, harmonious energy with relating, especially with people in authority, even parents or bosses or people that have authority in some way. And then Sunday, a bit of tension building. All right, so let's get to the cards. So I'm going to do the air signs first. I've got 3 decks this week, so I'll show you what I've got here, because I know some people like to know the decks. This is an older zodiac reading oracle deck that I have, which I like. I haven't used it for a while. Zodiac reading cards by Patsy Bennett. I'm also going to be using the Chakra Insight Oracle, and a new deck that I just bought, which I'm excited to use today. It's the Witch's Familiar Oracle cards. So I'm new to using those cards, so we'll see how we go. I might use those first, actually. So air signs, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What are the messages this week for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Anything jumping out here? This one's getting my attention. No, it's this one. Okay, I felt the energy. Ooh, Badger. Ooh, persecution. My goodness, that's a heavy energy. Okay, so some of the air signs might be feeling some fear, okay, at the moment. There is this energy going on here in Australia with this sort of division that we're experiencing between, don't really want to get into it because it's full on stuff, but it's just crazy what's happening at the moment. This division between people that choose to be vaccinated, people that choose not to, and all this crazy stuff. And that's what it makes me think of. This black and white energy. See how the badger is the black and white colors? It's like polarized energy, from one side to another. And it does say persecution. So there could be some fear about choices that you're making at the moment. Or you could, it may be to do with your job situation, like worrying about, if I make this choice, am I going to be treated differently? Or are people seeing me differently, and are they antagonistic towards me for some reason? So with this energy of Badger, I'm actually going to consult the book for more information, because I do feel it's quite important, since it's quite a strong message there. Interesting, I'm getting the word compassion coming through, so have compassion for yourself and others. That's going to be more helpful. Oh, it just opened up on the Badger page straight away, so how about that? All right, so this is a new deck, so I don't usually read, but I feel like because we need more info with this. So oh wow, it says, how much longer are you going to hide from the world? Do you think it's about time you came out of hiding and showed everyone who you really are? Yes, I know you have been persecuted, shamed, and made to feel guilty for something you have not done, but the drama has got to stop now. Wow. Stop wallowing in a burrow and come out to fight for your corner. You no longer need to be aggressive to defend yourself because you are no longer the victim. I'm just looking for... Wow, so it can relate to situations where you feel abused, you feel tormented, or you feel stuck in limitation. It says, calling on Badger to assist you with your personal power and to stand up for what you believe in. So obviously doing that in a peaceful way, clearly. Anyone that watches my channels, you know, believes in obviously more, you know, spiritual ideals and coming from the heart. You know, not saying that people that are spiritual are perfect, but there you go. It is, I am getting, you know, peaceful energy. I did get the word compassion. So this could be an energy here talking about, I did get Aries next. We'll talk about that in a second. Dealing with something that's confronting, that's not pleasant, or dealing with feelings that are not pleasant, that, you know, you're feeling that way. You could be feeling just like that. Let's just move this a little bit. So, okay, Moon in Aries. Interesting, because next week we have the full moon in Aries. See, it says courage here. This is very connected to this energy. And I am actually getting that some of you watching have had past lives where you were persecuted for something. And it was very significant, and it impacted the way you feel in this lifetime as well. So it can be where there's things that are haunting you from past life energies coming up this week to be healed. You know, we do have that Venus trine Chiron transit, Venus in Sagittarius trine Chiron in Aries on Sunday. So there could be something that comes up to be healed, you know, so that you can release it and not be in fear. It's definitely something to do with fear. It could be in your personal world. It could be, as I said, something going on, you know, that's related to our global struggles at the moment. Okay. So, let's see what else you guys have for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, interesting. I said Aquarius, and Aquarius pops out. Oh, I just got another card from the same deck. That's okay. I'll pull you guys an extra card from the other deck as well. Opportunity. See, there's an opportunity to heal, and Aquarius is about having an open-minded perspective, like a broader perspective, enlightenment, awareness, and... it says readiness for change. Yeah. So there is change around you. It seems positive. Ultimately, I have to say, even though you're struggling with something, some of you may be just struggling with fearful emotions, or fear that you'll be rejected or treated differently because of the way you feel about things going on. And anyone that has a perspective that may not be mainstream may feel that way at the moment. And I'd say that's normal because of, you know, what the media is putting out and stuff like that. A lot of people feel misunderstood at this time, or feel like they're struggling in some way. One more card for the air signs. Presence. Okay, so it says awareness, attention, reality, connection. 44. Interesting, we have the double numbers here. We have 11, which is a master number. And then we have 44 here, which is about mastering difficulties. And then we have 4 here, which is 3 and 1, which is 4, also about mastering difficulties. So presence is about coming back to the moment and not letting your mind get carried away with you. Easier said than done, I know, but that is the challenge this week. Meditation will be quite helpful with this card. Being in nature, just being back into each and every moment. Looks like she's looking at a bee there, so she's like really drawn to her present moment. This has got her attention. It's got her looking at the present moment. Let's see what the astro dice say for the air signs. Saturn, how funny, because Saturn's going direct. Pisces, and the second house, which is Taurus energy. So, all right, Saturn energy comes up. So Saturn is going direct this week. So this is obviously significant for, obviously, you know, this is the air sign reading. Aquarius, it's in the sign of Aquarius. Saturn is right now going direct. So this is major for you if you're an Aquarius, okay? And especially if you have anything around 8 to 6 degrees of Aquarius in particular, okay? And this could be that you're moving forward with very big decisions in your life this week. Pisces can be a little bit of confusion, even so, some kind of confusion, but also it's about, with the second house here, I feel these are together, creativity, spirituality, music, healing, photography, doing something that uplifts your soul in a significant way. These two do make me think of singing and using the voice, like chanting or humming for like healing purposes, for peace, for inner peace, for tranquility. The Pisces energy can be that there is a bit of chaotic energy around, like in the sense of, again, confusion, or feeling a bit lost, or feeling still a little bit disconnected. But on the positive, it can be you know, leaning into your spirituality and your creativity to help you through these times, I'm feeling, and the value that you get from that. For some people, this week you may be starting something that is creative. Some of the air signs is creative, that is something that has potential to bring in finances for you down the track, with Saturn and the Pisces energy there. All right, let's move on to the earth signs. So my fellow Tauruses and also Virgo and Capricorn, what are the messages this week for you guys? It's just not... Have I got it the right way? It's upside down. Okay. Earth signs this week, what are the messages? This one. Oh, you have Fortune. The card is stuck to another card, but Fortune. Okay, so that's a good card. Nice card for the earth signs. So, earth signs, you have Fortune on your side. You may feel a bit concerned. I feel like a worry energy around the toad, or a concern that you feel like things are not working out, but you actually have whatever's happening around you, something's actually going to go in your favor here, regardless of how it seems. It makes you think of that old sort of thing, like where people say, oh, I had to kiss many toads to get the prince. It's almost like you feel like you've got the toad at the moment, but there's actually something fortunate that's coming your way this week. So that's really positive. Let's see what else. I might get a card from the Chakra Oracle. Possessions. Oh, that relates to fortune in the sense of financial fortune and money. So there could actually be something that is in the works for you coming through this week. It says belongings, assets, treasures, finances. Okay, well that seems pretty good. So we have finances mentioned here and fortune. So that's very much connected. So there could be some extra abundance coming this week, extra money, extra work. Oh, Scorpio just jumped out of the deck. Interesting, the red energy here. You know, a lot of red chakra energy, which is to do with survival issues. You know, the base chakra is very much this energy of being connected to earth so we can draw in abundance into our lives. And so it's an energy of getting grounded, getting in touch with your physical connection to the earth, and this sense of, you know, I'm always being looked after. Think back to times maybe where you've been through hardships, but you've actually come through them. And, you know, if you look back and see, somehow you were always looked after. And so it's remembering that. It also talks about passion, and there is a connection here with someone, and this may not be for all of the earth signs, maybe for someone where you feel a very strong passionate connection, you know, a strong sexual connection or attraction of some kind. It says a passionate, intense and mysterious phase. Ooh, I like that. So Scorpio energy here, which is about intensity, deep perception, connection, intimacy and passion, but it can also be about a passion for your path and what you're doing in the world. And so it's really showing up around your ability to draw in finances and abundance and support. So that's actually, I feel very positive with this. Let's have a look at the Astro Dice. Okay, so earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Jupiter, Virgo, and the 11th house. Interesting. Okay, so Virgo comes up specifically. So that Virgo energy is about the details of life, how you look after your body, your health, mind-body connection, your diet, the food that you put into your body, what you put into your body in general. And Jupiter in the 11th house is support from people in groups, support from friends, and communication energy. It can also be about creativity and your dreams, like your visions for the future. So you may be thinking this week about what you want to create moving forward. This is a very creation sort of energy, I feel like. Thinking about, okay, you know, this is my situation right now, which is the Virgo energy, looking at the present moment and all its details. What do I want to create for myself in the future? How can I, with my faith and taking action on my intuition, make things happen, make my wishes come true? And that's what the energy is getting you to look at this week, I'm feeling. There could be something with a friend that's very positive this week for the earth signs. And you may know someone who's a Scorpio, or there may be an attraction around you, not for all earth signs, but for some. For some people, work is very lucky this week with Jupiter and the Virgo energy in the 11th house, especially if you work with groups of people, or if you work with the public in some way. Publishing or writing is also favored this week for the earth sign. So journaling comes up as well, or writing down your dreams, which I actually have to do that later today because I had some really interesting dreams this week, and I'm like, I have to write those down. I keep forgetting. All right, so that's for the earth signs. Let's move on to who have I got next? Fire signs. Okay, fire. Let's see what the fire signs have. Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, jumping card. Home. That's a nice card. So it says shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. It's a 4. So this is about cute little otter in the hammock, just feeling the comfort of being at home and the comfort of those people close to you. Okay, it could be family, it could be your home environment itself, could be that feeling of like, you know, you finish work for the day and you're just relaxing and you can do whatever you want, and you just feel the gratitude that comes from just those simple things, and that sense of gratitude for having, you know, a home and shelter and a bed, you know, just those simple things, and appreciation for those around you. Eclipse in Taurus, reevaluation. Okay, so you may also be thinking about your future. You may be thinking about moving home this week, or you may be wanting to bring about some positive change in regards to home environment. Taurus is also about finances and material abundance, material support, also creative energy. And so you may be reevaluating some creative projects, fire signs. And you have Bat, direction. Interesting. So there's a new direction coming up, and it does say reevaluation. So for some fire signs, you're thinking about, you know, you may feel like you're like this bat sort of suspended there waiting for something. And I feel like though it's a very positive energy of coming out of this dark energy. You know, think about bats being nocturnal. There's something about coming out of the dark and emerging into the light. There's a lot of light coming through here, and kind of a renewal. Bats are also about transformation and telepathy, mystery and deep connections with others, also paying attention to your dreams. And so yeah, that's an interesting message. Well, let me just get the book, because I want to see what else with the bat comes up, because I feel like there's more to it that I'm not getting. Okay, so it says, oh right, you may be feeling lost or alone in the dark. Upside down, being upside down refers to looking at things from a different perspective, and inner wisdom, letting go of old fears that mask your true potential, prepare you for the changes to come, and your psychic abilities emerging. Very cool message. Love that for the fire signs. And the Astro Dice. Whoops. Saturn. Sagittarius. I always get it always happens. Every single one so far has the exact sign that I'm doing. So like for the air signs, I got something related to the air signs. For earth, I got Virgo, and fire, we've had the fire signs. That's funny. Anyway, so Sagittarius, first house, Saturn. Okay, so you really are thinking about your direction. It keeps coming up here. It says direction here. Thinking about your home life, you're reevaluating things. Saturn is your work, your reality, building your inner strength with Saturn in the first house. Sagittarius is energy of faith, you know, your belief, your faith, not only in yourself, especially with the first house here, but your spiritual path and your higher destiny. That, you know, we all come here, our souls, with a destiny that we are fulfilling. And yes, we have free will, but there are certain things that our soul has contracted for us to experience in this life, and even the difficult things, you know, it's all part of that. So, you know, you're always sort of protected by your soul's destiny that you come here to experience. And Saturn, you know, being here does say, yes, you know, things do get challenging for you, of course, like they do with everyone. And there may be challenges this week, but you will be able to master them with this energy, I feel. And just have faith in yourself and know that your energy is on the correct side of things, is what I'm feeling very strongly with this. You may have to wait. You may feel like you're in a dark sort of, you know, a bit of a dark passage at the moment, but you'll come out of that, and you'll have the wisdom and the depth and the integration of your experiences in a deep way, so that you feel, okay, you know, I went through that, but I learned a lot, and it's going to sort of have a fulfilling element to it. So very philosophical energy around the fire signs this week. You may even be reading spiritual books or reading in-depth things, fire signs. And lastly, the water signs. Okay, I'm just going to get an astro card. So this is for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio this week. What's happening for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio this week? Oh, it's this one here. I can feel it. Ooh, Sagittarius. Okay, adventure. So some water signs may be thinking of travel or actually traveling. It says stride out into new territory. Number 9. 9's about ending of old chapters, beginning of new chapters. Sagittarius is about having faith. I think the water signs have had a lot of stuff about travel or new experiences coming up. I feel like we had something like that last week for the water signs. Let's see what you get from the Witch's Familiar deck. Oh, this one tried to flip out. Conscientious. Red squirrel. Okay, so this is talking about having to do the work, like the practical things, the details, getting things together, being organized. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with that. And also, yeah, having to, at certain moments, move very quickly because you've got a lot going on and you kind of might have some deadlines, or you might have to hustle and go, oh my gosh, I've got to get this done, I've got to get that done, and it can feel a bit overwhelming. So just watch your nervous tension with this card I'm feeling this week, and look after your nervous system and your well-being while you get through a lot of things, because some of the water signs are planning something or are actually traveling. Something fell down on the floor. I got it. Okay. Dreams. Okay, interesting. Very Piscean energy here. Messages, signs, symbols, guidance. 39. 9 and 3 is 11. Interesting. So, okay, paying attention to your dreams this week. And also omens and messages from spirit, because it seems to me that with this card, your guides are trying to get through to you. You could be picking up on, you might be going for a walk and see something unusual in nature, signs and omens. Also very strong with your dreams in particular. So pay attention to your dreams this week. Write your dreams down, journal your dreams down. There can be something very significant, a message, or even a premonition coming through. Water signs, what have you got from the Astro Dice? Mercury, Sag, 11th house. Communications with people in groups or friends. We have Sagittarius twice here, so travel, long distance connections, communications with people at a distance. I don't know why, but I feel like water signs had a very similar message last week, especially with the Sagittarius and communication with people at a distance. But anyway, for some it is writing, publishing, posting things online of significance, your ideas, editing, something online like a website, or working on something creative. It's also about writing your visions and goals for your future. Very strong energy about that with the water signs. I think another group had a similar message this week. Also, this is an energy about having faith at this time, like big time, with the Sagittarius and Mercury and the 11th house. And you may feel like you really want to communicate with certain friends this week. You may be in touch with certain really important friends to you this week. There can be friends going away, or you going away, or collaborations with people, friends or group situations for a purpose. And there is some hard work around you this week, so you might be quite busy with work, or busy with your routine, or busy with something that you're planning or that you're doing. Okay, so I think that was it. That's all the elements. Yep, I get so absorbed I forgot what I was up to. Yes, that's all done. Thanks guys. If you'd like to book a reading, the links are below. Turnaround time at the moment is 9 to 16 business days. I've had to take off the fast turnaround readings just at the moment because it's a bit overwhelming at the moment, yeah, with everything going on. And so I'm just trying to pace myself a little bit and not take on too much. So my shop's open. You can order. I'll also be trying to add some new jewelry, some new gemstone jewelry. This is only one that I've got here, but some of the gemstone stretch bracelets that I've made, I need to add some new ones to my shop, and I'll be getting to that hopefully in the next few days if I can. Thanks guys, and have a really great week. Bye for now.